Hi everyone, my name is Serena. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm gonna show you all of the books that I've acquired this year so far. Most of them are ARCs, but I have bought a few books and I'm so excited to show you guys. I have 21 books today, but before I show you guys these books, I want to show you my new glasses. So like a month and a half ago, received an email from FYTOO eyewear. I think that's how you pronounce it. And they asked me if I wanted to review some of their glasses. And I said, why not? Because I looked on their website and they had some cute styles. And I do wear glasses, not all the time, but I do have a prescription. So I said, why not? And I have 4 pairs to show you. I'm gonna show you these first. I haven't really worn them yet, so we're gonna find out today if they look good on me or not. But first of all, in this box, we have the 4 pairs. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Also in the box, we have this measure. I think it's to measure the pupils, the distance between your pupils, a glasses cloth to clean them, and this little keychain tool. I think it's really cool. You can use this to fix your glasses if they loosen up. I also have a little pamphlet here. So they do sell sunglasses as well, but they're mostly committed to providing users with good quality prescription glasses. Let's start with the first pair. This one I chose, and I wanted to choose, as I said, different styles because I want to switch it up and try and see what else could look good on me. But first we have this one. It is a light brown classic shape. I'm gonna take this protection off. Let's see how it looks. I think it looks good. I like it. I haven't had a frame like this before. I usually have the very thin frame, but this looks cute. I like it. This style is called Uriah and it's in brown, obviously. I will link all of the styles that I got here today down below in the description. And I will also write down my code down below. You can get 15% off your purchase on the website. The next pair that I have here is a pair that is similar to my other glasses, but it's in green. I just like this shape for some reason, so I wanted to try a different color, I guess. It's this. It's gold and green. This pair is called Gautier. I think that's French. Let's try them on. Oh yeah, that looks nice. Yeah, I like very thin frames, but I think this looks cute. I don't know how to pose, but I really like it. I really like it. The next pair that I have here is actually so cool. I never had anything like this. It's a prescription glasses slash sunglasses. It's a simple frame. It is black and it's called Dempsey and it's in black, obviously. So let's take this off. This is so satisfying. Obviously this is the sunglasses part. Classic. I like that it's big enough for my face because I feel like I have a very round face that needs bigger frames. So I like this. And then, how do you take this off? I don't want to break them. You take this off and you have your prescription. Oh, I like it. And I don't own prescription sunglasses, so now I do. I just have to put these on like that. Last pair is the pair that is risky. It's a round frame. I personally don't think this is gonna look good on me because, as I said, I prefer bigger frames for my face. That's just a personal preference. Everyone's face is different. These are Milo in shade color tortoise shell. I never know how to pronounce that, but last one. I don't think this is a frame for my face, but they are very good quality. They're very sturdy and thick, and yeah, they all come in this little, I don't know if I showed you, these little pouches. They all come in these, so that's cool. And they all have this cloth inside, obviously, to clean them. I'm gonna wear these for the rest of the video, but thank you so much, FYTOO, for sending me these glasses. As I said, I will link everything down below, and I will write down my code for 15% off. And let's move on to the books. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go in chronological order. So the first book that I got this year is Good Material by Dolly Alderton. It's an ARC. I picked this up because I've heard a lot about her other book, Everything I Know About Love. And I have not read that one, but I am obviously interested in reading her books, so I'm gonna read this one. So from what I'm reading on this paper, this book is about Jen and Andy, who break up, and now they're going through the process of picking up the pieces and to find out what went wrong. And it says, anyone who has loved and lost love can find something painfully relatable in this novel. So sounds fun. Taylor Jenkins Reid blurbed it. I love her, so that's promising. Next book that I bought, I think I bought this at Ollie's Bargain Outlet for very cheap. This is The Wife Upstairs by Rachel Hawkins. Honestly, I don't know much about it. It's a thriller. I usually don't want to know much about thrillers. I know that I have The Villa that I want to read soon because it's set in Italy, and I want to read that. I think this is about this widow and a woman. They fall in love, but the woman is haunted by the ex-wife in some way. She thinks she's not good enough like she was. I don't know. So I'll figure that out. Another book that's an ARC is Just for the Summer by Abby Jimenez. Is that how you pronounce it? I picked this up because I keep seeing books by this author. Yours Truly is one of them that comes to mind right now. And I think there are books connected to this one. I don't know if it's a series, if they're like companion novels with just different characters of her worlds. But this one is about, let's see if I can remember. I think this is about two people who think they're cursed in their dating lives because every time they are in a relationship, they break up with that person, and that person finds the love of their life right after them. So these two people start fake dating, I think, to break the curse. Another ARC that I have is And Then She Fell by Alicia Elliott. I think this is a fiction. I own A Mind Spread Out on the Ground. I think it's over here. I have this by that author, and I started it. I'm not very far into it. I think this might be a thriller, but I'm not sure. It's about this woman who is married, she has a baby, but after she gives birth, she has this feeling that something is very wrong. She's not connecting with the baby, and everyone is super passive aggressive with her. So that is the premise of this. Then I bought two of the Taylor Jenkins Reid's books that I did not own yet, and now I own all of them. It's Maybe in Another Life and One True Loves. I now own every single book that she's written. One True Love is about this woman who is married, she's happy, and then I think her husband is either a pilot or he goes somewhere and gets lost at sea, and they presume he's dead. And obviously it's devastating. She continues living her life, and eventually she falls in love again. But then her husband that was lost gets found, and now she's in this love triangle. Sounds weird, but I want to read it obviously because of the author, and I know there's a movie, so I have to read and watch that for sure. And this one, I'm pretty sure it's about a woman one night. She has two opportunities to go home, either with this guy or with her friend, and we see both, I don't know how to call them, like timelines, both realities that of each like decision she makes. So we see what if she took a ride home with her friend, and we see the other perspective of her taking the ride with this man. So it sounds confusing. Makes sense by the title. Maybe in another life we all had opportunities to pick and choose make different decisions, and we always, at least I do, question myself saying, what if I made that other decision? What would my life be right now? So gotta read it. Next book that I have here is The Last Animal by Ramona Ausubel, and this was one of the monthly picks at Barnes & Noble. I thought this was interesting because it sounds so weird. So it's about this woman who has two kids. The husband died, so I think he died. Yeah, I think she's a widow, and her mom is a scientist, so she's researching like prehistoric times, I think, and then they run into a baby mammoth, which we all know are extinct, and weird things happen. They go all over the place. They go into Italy, to Iceland, and then there's like a caveman involved. I don't know. It just sounds so weird. I know from the reviews a lot of people either like it or don't like it, especially people who know more about science don't really like it, but I don't know anything about science. I'm just hoping it's entertaining. Then I bought two books that I think are, what are they called? Modern classics? I'm not sure, but I want to read more of those because I keep seeing quotes everywhere. One example is The Bell Jar by Sylvia Plath. A while ago, there was the fig quote going around on TikTok, and I love that quote. So I just really want to read this book now. I know that the author had a tragic death. It might be a very, very sad story. I don't know anything about this, honestly. The only thing I know about this is the fig tree quote. So when I read it, I'll let you know. I really hope I love it. And another book that I really hope I love, I really hope it's a favorite. My expectations are high for this one. It's The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho. I've also seen a few good quotes from this book, and honestly, I don't know much about this. The only thing that I know is that if you love to travel, you have to read this book. Am I wrong? I feel like I've heard that around, and I love to travel, so I have to read this. I think this is so pretty. It also has like deckled edges. The next book I am so excited about as well, and it's I Who Have Never Known Men by Jacqueline Hartman. I picked this one up because of the title, first of all. Let me read that again. I Who Have Never Known Men. Right? I had to pick it up. And also the cover is so pretty. I like how colorful it is. And I think this is about women trapped somewhere. You see the ladder. I think they're trapped down there and they have no memory of how they got there. And it doesn't look that big at all, so I'm hoping this is a favorite as well. A few other ARCs that I got this year so far are Evil Eye by Etaf Ram. I know this is out already. I just found that at my work. It was on a shelf and I just picked it up. And I think this is about a Palestinian woman. And it says it's a complicated mother-daughter drama that looks at the lasting effects of intergenerational trauma. I want to read this. The next book is also an ARC. It's The Lion Women of Tehran I don't know anything about this. It follows the journey of two Iranian women, Ellie and Homa, over the course of 30 years. It's a novel of friendship and betrayal set against the backdrop of the Iranian Revolution. I picked it up mainly because it is set in a different country and I want to read books set in different countries. And I also like stories that are set throughout, like it's set in a long period of time. So in this case, it's set between the 1950s and the 1980s. Next book that I have is Blue Sisters by Coco Mellors. This comes out in September. It's an ARC. And I know this author wrote Cleopatra and Frankenstein. I haven't read that, but I know it's very popular, so I had to pick this one up. And this is about three sisters who are living completely different lives, and the fourth sister died, so because of this they have to reunite and sell their apartment or something. Sounds like a simple plot, but I think it's gonna be mostly about character development. Then I have A Sorceress Comes to Call by T. Kingfisher, and I think this is it's a dark retelling of the Brothers Grimm's Goose Girl. I don't know that story, but I'm pretty sure it's about this girl, Cordelia, whose mom is keeping her inside, forbids her to make friends, and forces her to be motionless and silent for hours. She's an evil sorcerer. The next 4 books that I have here I bought from Pango Books, from a bookshop on Pango Books. If you haven't watched my previous video, I unhauled a few books and posted them on my bookshop on Pango Books, and I had some money on there, so decided to buy 4 books. I have Hidden Pictures. I think this is either a horror or a thriller, and it's about this babysitter who babysits a kid who starts drawing, and these drawings get more disturbing the more he does them. So like there's something going on there, and it looks so interesting because it actually has the sketches inside the book. So I also bought The Mothers by Britt Bennett. This is signed actually. And I've read The Vanishing Half by Britt Bennett. I enjoyed that one, so that's the only reason why I bought this. I honestly don't know what it's about. I've noticed that I have a few books on here that are about mothers, which is interesting because that's a subject that doesn't really interest me, becoming a mother, but I've enjoyed a book by her before. I think this is a dual perspective as well. It's about this girl when she was a teenager, and then the other perspective is her as an adult, and she loses her mother when she was young, and she starts a relationship with this local pastor's son, and something happens. So yeah. Then I have No Exit by Taylor Adams. I have read this book. I just wanted to own it because I don't own a lot of thrillers that I actually like or like want to reread eventually, I guess. And this one is about this girl who is going back home in a snowstorm, so at one point she has to stop. She can't drive further, and there is a situation going on at this stop, and there's a kid who is kidnapped, and you know, crazy things happen during this snowstorm. And the last book that I have from that book order is Kristen Hanna, The Four Wings. This is a book of the month edition, and I don't know much about this. The only thing that I know is that I liked The Nightingale by Kristen Hanna, so I want to read more by this author. It's set in Texas, 1921. The Great War is over, and this woman is deemed too old to marry in a time when marriage was a woman's only option. So one night she meets this guy and decides to change the direction of her life and marries this guy. And then in 1934, the world has changed. A lot of people are out of work. There's, you know, a crisis. I think it's called the Great Depression. So it's set in those two timelines, and I want to learn more about like historical events, even if it's under a fiction, in a fiction story. So yeah. Then another book that I bought that I already read is The Measure by Nikki Erlich. I just want to own it. I want to own books that I really liked, and I really like this one. This is about, it's a fiction, but it has like this dystopian element. I don't know. It's about these people who wake up the whole world wakes up one day, and everyone over the age of, I don't know, 17 gets a box, and in that box there's a string that tells you how long your life is going to be depending on how long the string is, and chaos ensues. So for example, the government has to pick and choose who gets to go to the hospital or go to the military, and we see different POVs, different choices that people make, whether they want to open their box or not. If they did, and they find out that they have a short life, what are they gonna do? I really liked it. It makes you think. I want to reread this eventually. The last arc so far this year, this is The Story Collector. I know that this author, Evie Woods, wrote The Lost Bookshop. Have not read that, but it has a similar cover, and I think this is about an American artist that embarks on a journey to Ireland. She doesn't go back in time, but she meets a woman from the past who has secrets about this cottage she's in. Sounds whimsical. Last book that I have for you here today, I bought yesterday, and it's Dreadful by Caitlin Rosakis? Yeah. So I bought this because everybody was buying it at my bookstore, and it was the last copy. And this is a cozy fantasy. I own a TJ Klune book and a Travis Baldree book. I think it's Legends and Lattes. So I do own cozy fantasies, and now I own this one. So maybe I should make a video of me reading cozy fantasies for the first time, but I just really wanted to get this while I could. And it's about this man who wakes up as the Lord, the Dreadlord, whomever. So by that name, I can tell that this is going to be funny, and I need more funny books in my life. And as I said, he wakes up as this lord. He's not this lord. He just wakes up in his body, I think, and he lost his memories, and he's trying to figure out how he got there in this castle full of goblins and princesses locked in cells and all of these typical fantasy tropes. And he creates this his own evil plan to get his memories back. So sounds like a fun time. And yeah, those are all of the books, 21 I think, that I acquired so far this year. If you've read any of these, please let me know your thoughts down below, and I will talk to you guys in my next video. Bye.